Happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. The following is the live call-in show for this past Sunday night, November 30th, 2025. During the show, Scotty G was in the air, returning from his epic Disney fantasy cruise, so I was in the studio solo, but no problem. We got a couple of great calls and talked Disney for about 50 minutes, so we hope you enjoy the conversation. We talked a lot of tech during this show. We talked about the possibility of meta glasses coming to the theme parks and how those could be used to either improve or intrude on your next Disney vacation. We also talked about the beauty of magic bands. Maybe they're the perfect mix of technology, Pal Mickey, and birthday celebrations and more. We had a good time over the hour and hope you enjoy this time talking Disney. Don't forget, today's podcast brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Every time you click through there, it supports the show, and we thank you very much for that. You can also support us on Patreon. It's $5 a month. That's all it costs. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. That's how we stay on the air. We sure appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who supports us over there. Again, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the BOGP Open Line for Sunday night, November 30th, 2025. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Sunday night to you, or happy Thursday if you're checking us out on the replay. Hope you had a great holiday weekend here in the States, wrapping it up. Yep, about time to finish up all those leftovers. This is about the time where they get into the danger zone. So if you have turkey leftovers, stuffing, potatoes, green beans, corn, dressing balls, as we have here in my house, tonight's probably about it. So get those in, have some snacks as we talk Disney for the next hour at 407-584-7173. That's 407-584-7173. We'll be taking your calls for the hour talking Disney. The topics are up to you, but I hope you had a great Thanksgiving here in the States. Got to have some relaxing time with friends and family. Co-host is not here tonight. Scotty G, of course. You've been following him over in the clubhouse. He did a great job of updating everything going on with his Walt Disney World vacation, and then he jumped on the Disney Fantasy for a 5-night cruise to Lighthouse and Castaway and some sea days, and we're going to get to hopefully talk about that this week so you can hear some of those highlights of celebrating Liz's 40th birthday at sea. They did a decoration package in the stateroom. Emily got to dine at Palo for the very first time. We'll get to maybe hear what she thought of that experience. They looked like they had a blast. I mean, they got to get all dressed up. They looked great in their pictures. Currently, of course, I always know where my boy is. He's in the air, headed back to, I think they fly into Detroit. And I'm sure he's going to be in for a shock because I know here in St. Louis a couple of days ago, we had 6.5 inches of snow. Chicago had 9 inches of snow where, my daughter lives up there. Her basketball team was playing in a tournament in New York over Friday and Saturday. They're still in New York because they could not get back. All the flights were canceled when they were supposed to go home. They can't get back till Monday. So my guy's probably going to have to dig out his car, I'm guessing, when he gets back to the airport. So it's going to be a shocker from being in the Bahamas in Florida for a good week. And I'm sure it was like 75, 80 degrees. So good luck, bro. But, you play, you got to pay sometimes. So he had a great week. And now it's going to be a shot back to reality, I think, when he hits Michigan. And I think they also fired their football coach at Michigan State. But I heard they got a good one. I think Fitzgerald's their new football coach, who's a great one. So he's got something going on good there. So anyway, we're going to be having fun talking Disney tonight. And I have a couple topics I wanted to bring to the table. But of course, we're going to have mini trip reports. We can talk about anything that you see in the news, things that you see happening at Walt Disney World, Disneyland. We could talk about the upcoming Run Disney race season. Marathon weekend is rapidly approaching. What are you looking forward to when it comes to the races? Are you trained up? Are you scared to death? Do you need any advice? I've run all the races. I've been there. I mean, I'm not a great runner, but I know the logistics of the race weekends. So if you want to talk about that, more than welcome. You want to talk cruise line? I've sailed all the ships, getting ready to sail the Destiny. There won't be a live call-in show next Sunday night because I will be headed out to sea on the Disney Destiny this time next Sunday night. So you want to talk cruising? We can do that as well. Just lots. We can talk about whatever you want tonight. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was Disney announced kind of in a weird, quick little announcement this past week that they're going to do a partnership with Meta, the Facebook company, that they're going to put park maps in the Meta glasses. Now, I don't have Meta glasses, but I know a lot of people are getting these, the Ray-Ban glasses. And I am a tech nerd. I admit it. Now lately I haven't had the latest iPhone all the time. I used to for a while when I was traveling more and I got out of the house more. I would always try to have the latest iPhone and so forth. I've kind of cut back just to cut expenses, but I am a tech nerd. Now I listen to a lot of tech podcasts and so forth, but Disney's going to kind of partner up with Meta to start to put like the park maps and so forth in these Meta Ray-Ban glasses. And it got me to thinking about how if you've been around long enough, I remember the day when I was super excited to go down to Walt Disney World because if you were selected, now in air quotes, if you got lucky enough at Walt Disney World, they were doing a test project where you could get selected and they would give you a Nintendo DS to use in the Magic Kingdom that would flip open. Now it was in a protective case, a really hardy protective case, because I saw pictures of it, where that would show you park maps on the two screens, and you could use a little stylus that it came with to kind of manipulate it a little bit. And it had some geolocation stuff. So like if you were close to Liberty Square, it would tell you some things. If you were in Tomorrowland, it would tell you different things. And man, did I want to use that so bad. I was never selected because again, it was kind of like if you were there for Year of a Million Dreams, you had to be in the right place at the right time. And they just kind of jump out and like, hey, you want to try this? Never got selected for that. But I think this is one of those things. And what I saw in the article, I saw this over at wdwmagic.com, is that possible uses for this would be a virtual theme park guide that speaks directly through the glasses. Now, these glasses, if you don't know, I've heard one of the best uses is not just seeing things through the glasses, but they have built-in headphones that are quite good. And people say they're great for listening to podcasts. I've heard that. And listening to if you're navigating a city, step-by-step directions, to get from point A to point B. So that might be a great use for these, if you're trying to navigate a park for the first time. They're probably not great for us. We know our way around, but there you go. So a park guide, real-time answers about architectural or story details, looking at a building. So almost like, I don't know if you remember these too. This is about 10 years ago. They had those pocket guides by the Imagineers. So like Pocket Guide to Frontierland, Pocket Guide to Liberty Square. They were kind of little tall, skinny books. I love those things, but maybe you're there and it narrates, this building and Liberty Square. Here's the details. That could be super interesting. Instant product information and merchandise locations when a guest looks at an item and asks for details. I mean, it's kind of what you could do with your phone, right? You could scan the item, get the information. And I heard Disney's doing this now too with the app where, it tells you exactly where it's located on property. That could tell you some added layers of storytelling that augment the land around the guests while still keeping their eyes up and engaged with friends and family. So the question is, this would be more technology added to a Disney vacation. Is it more intrusive though? If it's glasses that have the headphones right by your ears already, because the headphones are kind of built into the sides of your glasses. And so they're right there. Is it more intrusive or less intrusive? I've never used glasses. Maybe you guys have them already. What do you think about this? Is this something you would use during a Disney vacation or not? I mean, I think we've kind of reached a tipping point for a lot of people. We're at the point where we say too much technology and we'd like to go back a little bit and kind of step away from being on devices all the time. Because with lightning lanes and mobile order, which I like mobile order, but you're on your phone a lot. I don't know, where are we when it comes to device usage and the amount of screen time that we put into our vacations at this point? So what do you think about Meta glasses and technology use during vacations? in general. So that was one of the topics I had today. Did want to talk Run Disney. If you're running, that's coming up very soon. And if you have a mini trip report, we could talk about that as well. And it looks like Jason got meta glasses, bulky and uncomfortable I'm seeing on there, but I've heard that they are kind of really working to update them and make them more streamlined, longer battery life, because battery life I heard was an issue. And I think they will evolve, but I wonder, like, technology in general, how we feel about those things. So that's one of the topics I want to bring to the table. But if you guys have topics, I want to give the full hour to you guys. So let's see if we can do this. So let me get over here to the phone lines and open them up at 407. Oop, hang on 1 second. 1 second. Don't call yet. And okay, 407-584-7173. 407-584-7173. And we can talk mini trip reports. We can talk about technology. We can talk about the Run Disney race season. Whatever you like. It is up to you all. All right, we got our first call, and let's grab this one here and go here.
Hey, Mike. This is Fulton. How you doing?
Hang on. Shoot, hang on. I had two calls on the line. Hang on 1 second. Hang on, Fulton. Hang on. Fulton, you there? Sorry, I got two calls at the exact same time. Fulton. Oh, hang on. Okay, we'll call back. 407-584-7173. Got two at the exact same time there. 407-584-7173. Love when they come in at the exact same time. Wish we had a big phone bank, but we're doing the best we can. We're not a radio station. We're a podcaster at his house, but we'll get this done. All right. 407-584-7173. Give us a call. And I know Adam's trying to call and he's got a special guest. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see here. And let's go here, and here. All right, we have a call. Hey, who's joining us?
Hey, Mike. Belated happy birthday. This is Adam from New Hampshire with my special guest.
Hey, Adam, what's going on? Thanks for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that. How is New Hampshire tonight?
Where it's cold, it's rainy, and we're expecting about 4 to 8 inches of snow on Tuesday. So
Ooh, nice.
We're getting into that winter season.
Yeah, we got that snow too, boy. We're at first it was like we were going to get 2 inches, and we woke up with 6.5. I was like, what's going on? But I like the snow. I work from home. It's not bad, so whatever. It was fine.
Exactly. Same here.
I'm getting out of town.
It's not as bad as it could be.
It's not too bad. So what you got a special guest there? I'm guessing tell our audience who we got joining us.
Yes. So I called in a few weeks ago with my youngest daughter, Molly, who was celebrating her 7th birthday. Tonight, I am calling in with another special guest celebrating her 11th birthday. Today, my oldest daughter, Lucy, is here.
Hello, Lucy. Listen, the crowd is cheering for your 11th birthday. Thank you. We have birthdays very close to each other. My birthday was just this past week. So tell us about your birthday. What'd you do?
We didn't do much. We went to this pulled pork place called Muddy River down in.
It's like one town over from where we live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's called Muddy River, and I had a pulled pork sandwich with fried pickles and French fries. It was really good.
You eat stuff like I love. Boy, it's a pulled pork sandwich with, oh my gosh. We'd be friends. We'd be total friends. I could totally eat that with you.
Yeah.
And then we didn't do cake. What did we have?
We had cupcakes from a little bakery. It was a special bakery for Saturdays. It was a Saturday bake sale kind of thing. And we got about 8 cupcakes.
You can never have
and
enough
there
cupcakes.
A variety of flavors.
So what's your favorite flavor?
My favorite flavor is probably chocolate.
That's good. That's a solid choice.
Yeah.
I'm a red velvet guy, which is kind of like chocolate. It just looks fancy. It's the same thing.
Oh, okay. just red.
Yeah, it's red, but it tastes like chocolate.
Yeah.
So let me ask you about Disney, because everybody here is a big Disney fan. Everybody tuned in. So when you go down to Walt Disney World, like, what are your favorite things to do?
Oh, ride all the mountains.
Yes. Which one's your favorite?
Big Thunder, but it's closed. I'm so sad.
But it'll come back better than ever here soon. I think
know.
it's right around the corner. It's getting close.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hoping it's open before Princess Weekend, so because that's when we go back during our February vacation up here in New Hampshire, and then leading into Princess Weekend.
Is it supposed? I mean, I thought they were starting to test, right? I mean, it's got to be getting close here.
Oh, if they're testing, that's good news.
Or was that? They might have been Disneyland. I think it was Disneyland. Maybe it was Disneyland.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, sorry to get tropes up. Maybe it's got to be close. That thing feels like it's been down for 5 years.
It does.
It's like, come on now.
Yeah,
It sounds so like Disney Chip felt like so weird about Little Big Thunder and a couple other things.
So do you do Space Mountain too?
Yes, we did Space Mountain like twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At least twice.
Yeah, that's my favorite, but it hurts my back. It's rough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you like Tron.
Like Tron, Tower of Terror is a good one.
Man.
Guardians.
Oh my God, that's so much fun.
I can't do Guardians. You're braver than I am. You're a daredevil.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite character when you go down there?
Tiana.
Nice call. Good call.
And
So you've obviously ridden Tiana's Bayou Adventure, right?
Yeah, it's so after we got off the ride, it was like raining.
That's perfect timing because you're going to be wet anyway, right? I mean, that's good.
Yeah,
good
we
choice.
were already sopping.
Yes, we sat in the front row. So we were.
Yeah, we sat in the front row.
That's good choice.
Yeah. Advice to everybody: don't sit in the front row on Tiana's because you will get very wet.
Your feet were like.
Now, have you all been to Disneyland?
No, it's on the list of things to do, but we have not made it out there yet.
The people get off that thing at Disneyland. I mean, it just looks like they got out of the river. I mean, I am not joking either. Like Scott used to tell me that about Splash out there. He's like, seriously, Mike, when people get off that thing, it looks like they got out of the shower. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It does. Like, I mean, they may as well just dip them out of a tub. It's crazy. I don't know, because there's single seats out there, like you sit like single file, but people get soaked on that thing. And I'm never going to ride that thing because I don't need to get that wet at this point in my life. It's crazy.
There's nothing worse than walking around the park with wet socks
Right.
and wet clothing down all the way to
Right.
everything. Yeah,
I
there's nothing
agree.
worse than that.
At least you never wear Crocs when you go to Disneyland or Disney World.
You see, I used to be a big Croc person. I was Team Croc for a long time, but
I'm wearing Crocs in winter now.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. They're kind of the utility shoe, but yeah, I've kind of gone, the feet get old. They got a lot of miles on them. So now I'm going to be kind of Team Hoka. You got to take care of those feet.
I'm a Skechers.
So I have Skechers too. The Skechers are good because, you don't have to bend over to do the laces. You can be kind of lazy and just whoosh, right there, put them on. No problem. You want to be quick? Got to make a quick getaway? You're out of there. Yeah, nice. I like this.
I really only use Skechers because they're a kid kind of shoe.
Yeah, I mean, if you never figured out how to tie your shoe and you get to be 52 years old, just buy some Skechers and just, nobody knows. See, when I was a kid, everybody knew if you didn't know how to tie your shoes because every shoe had laces. But now you never know. So, Adam, are you getting ready for Princess? How are things going?
Oh, we're plugging along. It's cold, and those early morning runs. It's very cold and very dark, but we're doing the best we can.
I know that's the worst thing for like marathon and Princess. Like this is the hardest time to train for anybody that lives, not in Florida or, I guess Texas would be okay. Or, anywhere, I guess in the South, but man, this is the stretch because, it's December now and oof, that's why I'm a treadmill guy. Yep. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
And this is the time of year when the training miles like ramp up. It's supposed to get more and more miles in on like, especially on the weekends. And it's like, I don't want to, it's 22 degrees outside. I don't want to go out in this.
Exactly. I know. You just got to tell yourself, like, it's just a means to an end. If I can just get through it, like, it's always so much fun for the weekends. But yeah, I think once you've been through the cycle a time or two, you kind of know like mentally you can get yourself like through it. It's not usually pleasant, but it's bearable. But I really, I feel bad for the folks that are going through it for the first time because there's more anxiety of like, can I? And if you've done it a year or two,
Oh, definitely.
Like I can. It's just a matter of it's going to eat up a lot of my time on the weekend when you get to the longer mileage. But yeah, I do feel bad. That's why, if anybody's doing it for the first time, I wanted to tell them you will make it, but I understand the anxiety because you're always like, man, 18-mile run and you've never done that before. You'll make it. It's 1 mile at a time, but it just seems like such a large number, but you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been there and I've had those anxious moments, and you do get through it. You sometimes have to question your sanity partway through at mile 9 or 10, but you do get through it.
Yeah. You just gotta remember, I've already thrown down $965 for the entries for Dopey, and I've whatever with a charity bib, and I've bought plane tickets and I've bought theme park tickets and a hotel room, and yeah, I'm gonna make this work.
Yeah, I've done the work. I've raised the $2,500.
Yes.
I'm gonna go run these 19.3 miles.
That's right. I made my big donation to my charity, so I'm gonna make sure I run that Dopey this year because I bought a charity bib. So yeah, everybody's gonna be happy. It's gonna be fun. But I do love it. I mean, it's so much fun. But getting there. Yep. This one's tougher.
And the best part, I think, for me this coming year is going to be that I will actually have both girls will be there with us this time around to watch the races.
That's the best.
So not only myself, completing the 10 and the half, but my wife completing her first ever 5K.
Oh.
So it's going to be very exciting for all of us to, be there.
At the very.
Yes, that'll be an epic picture afterwards where everybody's together. You'll all have the medals and everything. Oh my gosh, that'd be great. Where are you going to celebrate? You going to have a celebratory meal? You starting to kind of think about that?
Those plans are in the works. We're getting close to booking time, but we're staying off site this time, so it's going to be one of those 60 days from each day of our trip. So it might be a little bit trickier.
Doing it Disneyland style. That's so hard.
Exactly.
So yeah, real quick though. I mean, so the girls, are they going to? Do you think eventually try to do a 5K?
What do you think?
I really want to.
You should.
I really want to start getting to that goal.
You should.
Being able to do that.
Now, see, my youngest, who is now going to be 18 in about 40 days on January 2nd. I can't believe she's going to be 18 because she was 2 months old when we started this podcast. So yeah, she's going to be 18, but she ran the 5 when she was a little tyke. She used to run the 5Ks with me. Now she won't do any running because she's a cheerleader, but she used to run those with me. And my other daughter ran the Dopey with me one year, but now she doesn't run either. But everybody should try it once with their parents. So make sure you try it one time. You might like running. It's a fun little sport. Yeah, do it because it's fun with your family. Try it one time. You'd like it. Yeah. It's fun running with your parents.
It doesn't sound like it would be fun, but it's fun.
It's fun at Disney. Let me just say that because you'll have characters you get to meet. They'll give you every mile. They give you water and there's people cheering you on or Gatorade. And at the end you get a banana and you get chips, like nachos, chips with cheese, and you get your medal. Oh my gosh, you should do it. Totally. Yeah. Set a goal. Everybody needs goals.
I know why you get bananas at the end of a race or anything like that.
Why is that?
Because they have potassium in them.
Exactly. You are smart. That's it. You know the worst thing though? I'm allergic to bananas. So I can't even touch. I know I can't even touch bananas. I get a severe allergic reaction, and so I run these full marathons. And during a full marathon that's 26 miles long, they give them to you 5 different times during the race. They're on both sides of the road, and so everybody's eating these bananas while they're running the race. So they're tossing the peels everywhere and chucking them and stuff. And so I'm like in a video game, right? So I'm trying to not get hit by people throwing their banana peels, and they're on the ground, and then trying not to slip like a cartoon. It's crazy. 100%. That's what I'm hearing in my head. It's I feel like I'm on Donkey Kong or something. It's wild. There's Super Mario Kart or something. I'm like, could we switch to oranges or something? Is there something else with potassium?
Yeah, orange.
Exactly.
Potassium. I don't know if that would be really
Yeah,
good.
it's probably not a good idea. The world doesn't need to change for Mike, but it's funny. I think about it every time. Like, well, man, this is I was like, oh God, here come the bananas. It's always fun. Well, Lucy, I'm so glad you had a happy birthday. I'm so glad you called on your birthday. That made me so happy.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go have another cupcake before the weekend's over.
We ran out.
No, too bad. Well, find something else sweet.
Okay.
We'll do.
All right, Adam. Thanks for
Mike.
calling. You take care. You got a great family.
Have a great night.
All right, talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, goodness. All right, boy, that's fun. She likes the mountains. Tried to talk her into running a 5K with the family. I think everybody should do a race. Everybody did the turkey trots. I didn't do a turkey trot. Actually, Mallory, about 2 weeks ago, in passing, said she wanted to do a turkey trot. And I was excited, but then I saw the forecast. The wind chill was going to be in the teens on Thanksgiving morning. She would not have gotten up to do a turkey trot with the wind chill in the teens. So I just saved my money. I was not going to sign us up because she would not have gone when I saw the forecast was going to be that way. So we did not turkey trot, even though I got excited initially. You got to be smart as a parent. 407-584-7173, 407-584-7173. Give me a call. So I am curious though about what you think about the technology. Like, are we at a tipping point? Do we need less? Would you use meta glasses? Were you kind of on the cutting edge back in the day? Do you remember that DS project where they were trying to bring DSs into the parks? That was like step one. That was even before like magic bands and any of that stuff. I was so excited to bring any kind of technology to the parks. If I could have got one of those, I would have been like, my head would have exploded. And then of course you had, oh my gosh, what was it? That Mickey, Pal Mickey. You guys remember Pal Mickey, the Mickey plush that had technology built into him that you carried around the park, and he had geolocation stuff where he would tell you the next parade starts at 3:00 on Main Street, USA. And he would tell you interesting things. You went around the park. I never got one of those, but you could buy them. The interesting thing was you could buy a Pal Mickey or you could rent a Pal Mickey for the day and just like use them, carry them around, borrow them, and then take them back. But I'm sure those things got just so beat up like over the course of a day. I can't imagine they went out too many times, but I guess like if you paid, I guess, you know, if they rented them out 2 or 3 times, they probably got the money's worth out of them. So they didn't have to last very long. Jennifer says, I have a Pal Mickey in my closet right now. See, okay, let me just say something about that right there. Having a Pal Mickey in my closet, that's the stuff of nightmares right there, because that thing, I mean, think about it. That thing came to life. He would talk to you, geolocation. He'd say, the next parade starts at 3:00. I mean, if he was in the closet, I'd be like, what if the home office calls in back to Maryland and says, don't forget tomorrow's December 1st and you got to start your Christmas shopping. I mean, that'd be so weird. And the eyes, you know, all of a sudden like open up and start shifting back and forth. That'd freak me out. Maybe I'm the only person that thinks about this stuff. But again, it was Disney forward thinking and technology in the parks. And I thought it was super interesting, right? Because I also remember obviously we started a podcast back in 2008. So we were kind of on the front end of the podcasting thing when it came to the Disney universe. Sorry about that, Jennifer. Jennifer says, great. Well, now I have to think about that tonight. Yeah. Sorry for your nightmare. But we were one of the, first podcasts out there, along with like WDW Today, Lou's podcast. There were a bunch, but there were a bunch of us that were in that first group. And, we got to see all this stuff come to the parks. And I remember when the parks got Wi-Fi for the first time and how exciting that was, that, oh my gosh, you didn't have to use slow like 3G service in the parks because it got overwhelmed many times. You could use Wi-Fi, and because of Wi-Fi, then Disney would add more and more capabilities, and we got so excited. But now it's you can't survive a Disney vacation without having a device. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm sure somebody has done a vlog about this or a blog post of, could you go a week at Walt Disney World without a phone? I mean, just, I don't know, just totally going there with like some kind of paper media and not using any kind of device and just not mobile ordering. Could you do lightning lanes without a phone, without a device, with no electronics, no technology? I don't think it would be possible. I've never really given it that much thought. I always just whip out my phone and take care of things. You know, got my mobile order, boom. Mobile order is the greatest thing ever. And it was the greatest thing ever before the pandemic because hardly anybody used it pre-pandemic. So it was like when you went to the mobile order and picked up your food, people were like, who are you? Are you like some kind of rock star? No, I just read the fine print. Here's the other thing that still is a killer use of the app that people never use. It's that mobile checkout feature where if you're in, say, Creation Shop at Epcot, you can just scan the price tag in the app, and then you take it to the cast member by the door and you show them that you've already checked out and paid for it right through the app. They give you the little clear bag and you're out of there. That thing, nobody uses that because it is kind of weird. It almost feels like you're stealing it. But I mean, you've paid for it right there. You show it because you get a little receipt. You show it right there in your app that you paid for it. You verify it with the cast member. But I hate shopping. I totally hate the whole process of shopping. I like buying stuff. Like if there's something that I want, I'll just go buy it. That's why I like online shopping. But I don't like the whole spending 30 minutes shopping process. I just want to know what I want, go get it and be done. And that solves that problem. So that's geared towards me. And I think that's a great feature of like my Disney experience. You go in, like you got a targeted item, boom, you scan it with the app. You take it, you show that you paid for it. It's already attached to your card in the app. Boom, you walk out, you've spent 5 minutes and you've accomplished your goal. I love that. See the comments in here. A Dawn 1400 says those Meta glasses are creepy. We already deal with people recording us so that we can see. Just seems like an invasion of privacy. Yeah, the Meta glasses, you got to watch that because they do have cameras on them. Now, I will say, people do wear those for pretty awesome POV videos on the attractions. So you could wear them while you're riding Space Mountain. I mean, I guess you got to be careful they don't go flying off because they're pretty expensive. Or I guess like the train or the People Mover. And you can put that on YouTube. You're going to get 1 million views because how many of us are sitting at home, 6 inches of snow on the ground, 23 degrees, and would rather be on the People Mover right now? And the video on those things are sharp. So they're great for recording because it's exactly what your eyes see. The POV videos on those things are pretty amazing. But yeah, I mean, privacy issues. Oh my gosh, so much privacy issues on those things. That's exactly right. Because everything, I mean, you're going to get anything you just turn your head, you're in the shot. Yeah. So privacy issues, major issues with those Meta glasses. June says, it reminds me of the movie Wall-E where the humans just sit behind screens all day, drinking Slurpees and never leaving their chairs. That brings me to something else I saw, June. Okay. So something else I want to bring up. Now this was like a Soros video. I don't know if you know what those are, but you have these AI video generation things made by Google and these big AI companies like Anthropic and stuff. And somebody made one last week, and basically that's what it was. It showed people. Now this is all fake. It was AI video. But again, these AI videos that are coming out nowadays look so real. They're getting to look not, I mean, it's hard to distinguish like if it's real or not. And this one at first, because I looked at it for about 30 seconds and I thought, oh, what is that? Like for a second, it got me. I get got by the animal videos where it looks like they're walking into like a hole, like with a carpet. And then I'm like, that's not real. And the one where it's like a cake and they're cutting the cake and the other animals are freaking out. That got me too. Those were fake. Back to the topic though. There was a video and it was at Epcot and it showed these people going around Epcot on basically those Wall-E type hovercraft where they weren't ECVs. Basically, they were these like 2-seater things that would take them around World Showcase with like, you know, it was kind of a combination of like a hovercraft or something you would float in a pool that had, you know, drink holders, a place for like a tray for your, like on an airplane for your food, and just cruising through World Showcase from country to country with this thing. So you didn't have to walk. I mean, like, and it was like a recliner. It was like an easy chair. I mean, it was exactly out of Wall-E. And I was thinking, wait, what is that? For like 2 seconds, I said, oh, what do we got going on here? And then I realized it's an AI generated video and it's not real. But then again, step back for a second. And, you know, I look back 20, 25 years ago in the iPhone. If you'd shown the iPhone to me when I was working on a Commodore 64, when I was 12 years old, running a BBS out of my bedroom, I would have said that was science fiction, right? So who knows? Now, I will say, Scott told me that he saw lots and lots of ECVs when he was watching Starlight the other night. He said he's never seen more. You know, he said it was just crazy. So is this future coming? I don't know, but that video was shocking because it was people floating. Basically, nobody was walking. Everybody was floating on these basically floating recliners around Epcot with big drinks, big food. And I don't know. That's not a world I want to live in. I need to walk it off. That's me. I just got to walk it off, and I don't need like 2 drinks. I don't know. It was too, like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to live in Wall-E. Like, that's not me, but it was just, I don't know. Like the future, it was weird. It was too future for me. You got to seek out the video. It's on the internet somewhere. It was wild though. Let's see here. So Jason or Vern, I don't know who it is. I think it's Vern. I would love a week at Walt Disney World without a phone, vibes only. I agree with that. And that's why I like cruising. I like to disconnect. I totally agree with that. All right. We have a call here. Let's get this call in. All right. Hey, who's joining us?
Hi, this is Jen from Maryland.
Hey, sorry about the Pal Mickey thing. It's I promise you, it's not going to phone home. But seriously, that's kind of stuff I think about. That thing's going to be like, hey, Mike.
No, we bought it. God knows. I mean, my son Matthew was probably 10 when we bought it, and he's teaching in high school now. But we liked it because it had games that you could play while you're waiting in line, and kept the kids kind of entertained. And as you move, like you said, as you move through the park, it would know where you were or tell you when the parade was coming and stuff like that. So it was cute and useful, and we actually brought it back on a following trip, because once you paid for it, all you had to have it to stop in the guest relations, and they'd like update it, and then you could go through again, and it would all work the next time you were there. So it was pretty cool technology at the time.
I agree. I mean, I wanted one, but again, it's one of those things, like we were a young family, and it was like, it was a justification of cost thing. Like we could do this or that. And I was like, I was very close. Like, cause Paige actually at the time was young enough to get one, but she never really expressed an interest in one. So it was really kind of me wanting it and forcing it on her. Cause I wanted to, cause it was like a technology toy, but we never got it. Now do you remember about what year that was when you got it?
Oh,
Ish. It's probably like
2012, 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing around there.
Somewhere around there. Yeah. I mean, it was a long time ago. It really was.
So now let me ask you, like, you and Len in general, like, what are your thoughts on technology? The meta glasses, if they come in play, like using your phones in the parks, and like, where do you guys strike the balance, like as far as technology use on your vacations for a week?
Well, I don't know that Len would like the meta glasses, but he does like having everything available on his phone, and he does all the mobile apps and or mobile ordering and looking things up. Where is that located and mapping and everything there. I don't use it much. I like the Magic Bands. I use those, but I am not as technologically able as Len is, and so I am also much more outgoing. He's the introvert. I'm the extreme extrovert. So I like to walk up to a cast member and say, hey, how do I get to here or there? Or go to the cashier and say, I'd like to buy this, please. So totally different personalities.
I never thought about that. That brings up a great point, though, that technology is a great asset for introverts because it definitely cuts out that opportunity where you have to go and interact with other people. Because you're exactly right. I mean, if I want to order food, mobile order, I could just do it right there on my phone and they call my number, it lights up purple. I just walk up to somebody and that's mine. And they hand you your food and there's no interaction at all. I never thought about that because I'm an extrovert, right? I'm like you, I can talk to anybody and make a new friend, hopefully, and swap stories and, meet somebody from a different part of the world and that's awesome. But you're right. For somebody that's an introvert, they're probably going to lean more into the technology. I never thought about personality type leaning into this.
Oh yeah, big time. Email and stuff, that's God's gift to Len.
I'm fighting my inbox all day. I'm my inbox, and we're fighting all day long. But yeah, no, I get it. That's so funny. Yeah, I guess you just got to pick your battles, though. It's so. I mean, and you mentioned magic bands too. Magic bands is kind of it's a good balance, right? Though, because it's not intrusive at all. I mean, it's like a little bracelet, but it kind of does, some things very simply, but it does them well. Opening the door, charging things, but you don't have to do anything really other than just raise your wrist.
Exactly. I mean, matter of fact, it's easier than using the app because then you have to reach for it, dig it out, get the phone out of your pocket. And all that. With the wristband, you just tap and go. So I really like the Magic Band, and the Magic Band Plus they have now. You go to the shows and it lights up in colors, or they have the interactive scattered around the parks. With the 50th, you just got near one of the gold statues, and it would do something. Oh, and last time we were at Disney Springs, Christmas of 24 a year ago, several of the trees in the tree stroll would react to a Magic Band as you came by. So they do have some really cool interactives, but it's just really, really easy to use.
So because I'm thinking about all this technology, now I'm going through all these things in my mind. I don't know if you guys were in the parks when they had these. Do you remember the glow with the show ears? Because I have a set right here on the shelf.
Yes. Those were, we never bought any of those, but we'd be like at Fantasmic and we'd see all these ears reacting.
Yep. I have a pair right here on the shelf, and I'll tell you what. This was another thing that were great in theory, terrible in execution. And here's why. So they looked awesome. It was they looked great for whatever the fireworks show, I guess it was Wishes at the time at the Magic Kingdom, and they were just they were ears that had lights inside the two ears, and they would change with the show. They're like LED lights inside the ears, and they would change with the different music throughout the show. And they looked awesome if a bunch of people had them on. But here's the thing. Mm-hmm. They were the most uncomfortable things in the world to wear because they were super heavy. And where the two ears were, I guess because they had batteries or something in the top, they kind of dug into your skull at the top. I mean, they were super uncomfortable. But if you brought them into the park that day, you had to carry them around all day, and they were heavy, and you'd try to wear them, and they were super uncomfortable. But the thing was, they were great to watch everybody else have on their heads, but I didn't want to wear them. So it was more fun to see everybody else wearing them. You got more enjoyment out of watching everybody else have to wear these things because it looked awesome with everybody having them on, and everybody's ears would turn red and green and purple, and with the fireworks, it was so cool looking if you stood way in the back. But for it to work, you need to be a team player. I felt bad, because I had mine, it's I shouldn't be, a dope and not wear mine because then I'm not being a team player. So I put mine on, because mine would be flashing too. But they were the most uncomfortable thing. And they knew it too because the inside were like sponges. But, this one of those things, great idea, terrible execution. I mean, they weighed a ton. Those things, I'm surprised they're not breaking.
We never bought them, so I have no idea how uncomfortable they were. So I'm glad now that we didn't buy any. But yeah, like I said, sitting at Fantasmic, because we're one of those people, we don't stand in line for 3 hours and wait for the show to start. We come in 5 minutes before it starts. We end up in the back of the theater. You can still see the show, but 100%. It was even cooler because you could see all the Mickey ears lighting up.
That's right. That's exactly right. And you know what? The soundtrack's exactly the same, and you get to see the whole thing. And yeah, We've done both, and we've learned over the years to kind of save our time. It's kind of both, though, right? I mean, I think it's worth it one time to kind of get the ultimate view, get the good seat, and all that stuff. But then once you've seen it 2 or 3 times, it's okay to sit in the very back and enjoy the music. And sometimes those seats in the back are better because you get more of a global view of the whole thing, which I like.
Yeah. Yeah, no, when we went to Disneyland last year, we did pay for the package, we had front row center to their Fantasmic show, and that was very cool. But at Disney World, even if you pay for the package, you still need to get there 45 minutes an hour early, and then you just sit there on the bench and wait. So we don't play that game anymore. We just go ahead and walk in and sit at the back, and you still get a really good view, and you can see the whole thing all at one time, because we're just too old to be sitting around doing nothing.
You're okay. You're fine. Let me ask you real quick though, which one do you prefer if you had to pick one over the other, Disneyland or World? Because they're different experiences.
I really, really liked being up front and center like that at Disneyland, but then I had to buy the package to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Bayou, fabulous restaurant. It was worth it. Absolutely worth it. But I think I like the show at Disney World better.
Yeah, they're so different, right? Because you have the stadium seating at World. It feels more, I don't know, like it's more intimate at Disneyland. I mean, I stood like right there under a tree. It feels like more organic. I don't know. Like I was right there. I love the pirate ship, which I didn't know was coming. Scott didn't tell me. And that thing I felt like it was 10 feet away, and that cannon went off. It scared the crap out of me. Like my heart jumped right out of my skin. Like it was not cool. He should not have told me. I mean, I could have had a heart attack on the spot. Like it scared me too. I jumped out of my skull. But it was, it was just, it felt for me, like as a Disney fan, I think this is one of the coolest things for like people listening to our show is that when you get the opportunity to have something that's new to you, which Fantasmic out there was different enough that it was another new experience. I loved it. Like I was a kid in a candy store, and the whole Disneyland trip was like that for me at that point. But I think we need to treasure those things that when you get to see something in a different way, and that was up close. We were standing, we were, getting to see a pirate ship in a different scene in Fantasmic and so forth. And I liked it. That's the thing is I don't know which one's better because it's obviously more comfortable at World and it's more of a theater kind of experience. I don't know which one's better. I can't answer my own question.
Well, I agree completely. I think that the one at Disneyland is much more intimate, and I loved being so close. Like you said, the ship comes around the corner there. It was amazing. I just thought that if I wasn't up front, because I'm really short, so if I wasn't up front, I'd be trying to see the show between people's shoulders, and I wouldn't get a very good view of it. Whereas at Disney World, you can sit anywhere and get a good view of the whole show.
Now you got me just wishing I was at Blue Bayou having a Monte Cristo and a hurricane. Nothing better.
Loved Blue Bayou. Loved the atmosphere. Loved the food. It was really, really good.
It was. Well, Jen, I appreciate you calling in, and hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving there out in Maryland. And please tell Len I said the same.
Okay, and happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
You guys take care. Bye-bye. All righty, 407. I always miss that button. 407-584-7173 is the number. Let's see here. There we go. 407-584-7173. Yeah, it's so funny because like some questions, is there a right answer? Fantasmic at Disneyland, Fantasmic at Walt Disney World, they're different. I don't think one's better than the other. They're just two different experiences. All right, and yeah, the Magic Band. Jim brought up a great question about the Magic Band and a great point because we never talk about it, but Disney may have nailed like the perfect balance of tech and unobtrusiveness. Most guests do put on a Magic Band every morning, and it does what it does very simply, but very effectively. I mean, obviously it opens your resort room door, stuff like that. But I mean, what's the goal of the Magic Band? It's to make charging things easy and to keep the cash so you don't notice what you're spending. Like I want a Mickey bar, boop, you don't notice that Mickey bar was $6. You just boop. I do it all the time, and you're not adding up in your head like, oh, that was $6. That was $6. That was $6. You're just boop every time you want a Mickey bar. So that's super smart by Disney. But I mean, it does help us as guests because it's convenient. I'll tell you where it really comes in clutch is over Run Disney race weekends is when you got to run, say you're running a full marathon. It doesn't matter what race you're running, but especially when you're running a full marathon, you don't want to carry anything extra because you're going to be carrying it around for 26 miles all over 4 parks and down every road on property. And you're trying to just drag yourself around and you don't want to carry anything else. So a Magic Band is awesome because then you don't have to, because back in the day, you always had to try to keep track of that room key. I was always scared I was going to lose that thing. And then after doing all that, I wouldn't get back in my room to take a shower and, have to take cash to get something at Epcot at the end because I always want to get a drink after the race. The Magic Band solves all those problems. I got my ticket right there on my Magic Band. I can buy food. I can buy a drink. I can get back into it's all solved by just wearing my Magic Band. So if you think about it, the Magic Band is it like an underrated star of technology? I think we've discovered something tonight. I think Jed nailed it right there. It's kind of an unsung hero. And now the Magic Band Plus, now here's the positives and negatives to the Plus, is that the negative is that you got to keep track. You got to charge that sucker. I hate another thing to charge, and that it has its own charger. That's the thing that drives me nuts. It's got that cradle. And especially if you have like 4 people in your family, when we go, finding the 4 outlets and getting everybody like, Paige, give me your Magic Band. Mallory, give me your Magic Band. Pam, give me your Magic Band. I got to it's like putting a family to bed. I got to put them all in their cradles. Got to make sure everybody has them in the morning, all that stuff. That's a pain. I wish they would just charge by USB-C because that'd be easier. I have so many USB-C cords, and I think it's pretty universal at this point, and I think they would charge faster. I don't know why. It's probably cheaper for them to use those proprietary chargers. But the good news is, though, that they will do the simple things without being charged. I don't know if you know that. I didn't know that at first. But you don't have to charge them, and they will still open your hotel room door. They'll still charge your food and so forth. You can still use them to charge to your room, but they just won't flash and change colors and buzz and all that stuff, which sometimes that stuff's annoying. Like if you're running a race, and I'll just tell you from personal experience, I don't want mine charged when I'm running a race because every time you run past one of the statues in the parks, it goes bzzz. And every time I think I'm getting an alert on my phone or something, and then I want to check it, and then I'm looking down and I'm liable to trip or something. So I would rather have my Magic Band dead during Marathon Sunday. So it always gets me going through Epcot. There's that when you're going towards World Showcase from Future World and you hit like the port of entry, I think there's like Miguel or something. There's like a little golden statue. Gets me every time. Bzz, bzz. And I'm like, oh, somebody texted me or something. So then I'm looking down and you miss a picture. You almost trip. I know I'm a doofus. But yeah, I'd just rather have it just be an old school Magic Band. And remember back in the day, we used to get them for free. I used to have so many Magic Bands. I had like 100. I literally had hundreds because we would do like a triple split stay every trip. So you get one for every person in the room for every stay. So we'd have, 3 stays over a summer because we'd do, a split stay. Then we'd go on a cruise and we'd stay somewhere afterwards. We'd have like 3 hotel stays, 4 of us. That'd be 12 Magic Bands. We go a couple times, 3 times a year. We had so many Magic Bands. I had them on this whole mic boom. I had them on the Christmas tree. It was crazy. When you used to get the box in the mail right before your trip with the Incredibles on it, you'd open it up. It would have like everybody's little code name next to each Magic Band. It'd be imprinted on the back of the Magic Band. You get so excited. You tweet out the picture of your Magic Bands, like going to Walt Disney World in 60 days. It was a whole vibe. I kind of miss that. I do kind of miss that. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this show up. I appreciate the calls tonight. Again, no live call-in show next Sunday night because I'll be sailing the Disney Destiny. But follow me on Instagram because I am going to be posting live video and pictures, and I'll be going live from the Disney Destiny. So make sure you're following me there for live streams from the ship. So At Be Our Guest Mike is where I'll be. So please do give me a follow over there. And I'll be doing that on Facebook, on our Facebook page. So like the Be Our Guest Podcast Facebook page, just go to Be Our Guest Podcast on Facebook, give it a like, and you'll be set for all the coverage over there. Don't forget the podcast is always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. You guys make the show possible. Couldn't do it without your support. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd sure love to have you at patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. You can also follow me besides Instagram at beourguestmike. You can follow me on x.com. I'll be posting there as well at beourguestmike, and also on Threads at beourguestmike2. No live show next Sunday night, but we will have one in 2 weeks. So join us there, and I'll be posting to the clubhouse, of course. That's where we all hang out. That's where the cool kids are, and you can be there for free. You want to be on the best Disney theme parks Discord server out there, and ours is free. We don't charge for ours. It's absolutely free. Your invitation's waiting for you right now. Just go to beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. I'll be looking for you. I'll be sending you, I'll give you a high five as soon as you get there. Go now. I'm waiting for you. All right. So we get back together again. We're going to have some great shows this week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Hope you have a great one. So you guys have a good Sunday night or a great Thursday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.